Here we were bearish. I said, take note, guys, I'm selling. Now I'm saying, take note, guys, I'm planning to buy the dip, and the dip is still pointing to 32K. So there's a lot that needs to be unpacked in that sense, because that's ultimately going to impact our market. So with Bitcoin being where it's at, I think I want to point out one thing. Look at how this RSI is resetting and price is not making lower lows. What does that mean? It means more upside is coming your way. That's what it means. Okay, so 42K is still potentially, let me just quickly press that little button. 42K is still potentially on the horizon. Now, the risk we had, and it was clearly defined, I said, guys, the risk we take is waiting for this to happen means that price can still go high and come back. But this is the beauty of being patient. In the pursuit of this, understand that no more upside that we're experiencing is locked in, meaning that it could potentially go up like go to 42K. And I can show you, I'm going to show you a few other reasons why I think that. And when the shakeout happens, that's when you buy, because thereafter this will get locked in and price potentially won't go any lower. If I were to show you guys strong bearish divergence 6 months to a year ago, you would say, oh shit, this is bad. But now I'm showing this and you guys are saying, what about dots popping out? I want to get dot, I want to get this, I want to get that. You know, so regardless of my higher time frame woes, you guys are still saying I want to get some, and I feel like I want to get some, and that's the reality of the current situation. So we just need to fact check our own emotions, and let's go on. Let's get some stuff. Let's take the risk together, basically. Okay, so now let's head over to the altcoins. I'm going to start off with the big one, Solana. We said we'll do Solana always. So the argument was that I said to you guys when Solana was breaking down into this area. See, if you haven't bought your Solana, it's fine. Be bullish at the bottom of the range to grab some Solana. So for those that maybe got their sol at $50 again, $51, thereabout, you're back above the previous range. So you're back above the pivot of resistance. And guess what? I want to just highlight this and bring this in. Can you see that even though it's so small, I have to really zoom like crazy? Price did not make a lower low. Demand held. What does that mean? It means that hidden bullish divergence is still in play. That's what it means. So this thing is probably going to go make a higher high. Now, our target for Solana, for those that's in Solana, the real target, we go back. Where do we go? We go to our previous biggest engulfing structure that was at support. So we had a lot of support there. So we can look at that area there, 85. And then ultimately, what did we do? We had a lot of support resistance there, and we engulfed that area there, so 105. So the Solana targets are as follows. We're going to try and go to 80 and 100. That's where we are. Now, if you want to be smart and you want to say, well, I want to sell at 80, don't wait for that line. Sell before the line. Why? You want to make sure that there's somebody buying that thing, because at that line is a psychological price level where people are going to be doubtful. So it might only be there momentarily, okay? And then you might miss the bus. So just make sure that you always sell a little bit lower. And then should it break through, then you know that there will probably be another range bound. Where's the pivot now? Think about that. Think about a higher high. Think about RSI going there and price going there. Where do we think price is going to want to test again? There. Boom. So even if you then sell out too soon, so you sell out there, that support level will get tested some stage. You can still try and get that little bit of extra crumbs of cake, as if we can say it like that. So Solana, conclusion, Solana, at this stage where we are now, RSI is throwing a lot of hidden bullish divergence. And until it gets deleted, guys, we can still be bullish. Now, Matic, while I'm going to Matic, I want to say, yes, happy Thanksgiving to all the frenemies in the US, probably. We do not do Thanksgiving here. But nevertheless, I hope you guys have a pleasant day and have a lot to say thank you about, because we are blessed. Crypto is blessing us every day. Let's have a look at Matic. So I said to you guys, Matic, I expect it to go back to these areas and start bouncing. So Now, remember, guys, I say this a lot. I tend to draw a lot like this because I am the chart artist. I tend to scribble on the charts. But the significance regarding the levels I point out in the areas are always really relevant. I don't just base this line on a random guess where I think it's going to be. That's the reality. And what do we have now? We've got an RSI resetting. It needs to reset because it wants to go and have another attempt at higher highs. Okay. RSI resetting. Where's our pivot? There's our pivot, guys. So what do? We know that we're allowed to be bullish up till this point, 60 cents for Matic. So there's still a lot of failure room before we really need to give up on the idea. So just remember that. But for now, critically from a support resistance level speaking, we need to stay above this red line. That's it. So if stuff gets hairy tomorrow or later on during the week or something, you don't panic until we fall below this area, because then we open the door to start trading here and potentially even there again. And that's not something we would want to stick around for. Then you rather want to sell some and wait for a bargain and buy it again. Link ran. I'm saying I still want to see Link there. And now what Link is doing is it's changing its momentum. Still got hidden bullish divergence. Still wants to go higher. There's still a TP2 zone at around $18. Maybe I must just make sure that it says TP2. TP2 zone at around $18. But until now, for now, I won't buy any more Link until it goes into a sale. Okay. BNB real quick regarding CZ. Look, guys, I'm at no position or no liberty where I can really honestly say I know exactly what's happening there, and I think nobody else on a platform like this will honestly know unless you have all the legal documents in front of you. All I can say is I trust the technicals. Technicals are saying to me this wants to fill that gap. We are bouncing on critical support levels. We expected price from where we were. We had bearish divergence long before there was speaking of him admitting guilt. And that's it. And yet again, actions on behalf of the CEO doesn't impact the actions or the functionality of the token. And that's kind of why in bull markets, bad news don't really matter, because we tend to take everything and look at the coin, and we tend to be a little bit more forgiving in this matter. Was this still bear market narrative or bear market undertone in our investing and trading? This would have sold off like crazy, guys. This would have been the short of the century. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin Cash real quick. Let's have a look at Bitcoin Cash. It's holding this area. Holding the area, that's all that I can say. Basically, do not go below this level. Do not delete this range. So potentially what I can do is probably just give you a worst case scenario level, saying, okay, right, this is where our hidden bullish divergence is pivoted on. RSI is resetting. It needs to reset to have more attempts on going higher, okay? But if it goes below that, there's no more divergence. And other traders and other investors will also look at it in a way like maybe I should leave it alone. Okay. Let's quickly take a note on BNB. It's fourth in the market cap. It takes so much monetary energy to 2 to 3x. There are other attractive investments. Yes, that's true, buddy. But remember, we're not spending on microcaps. Microcaps and small gems, sui, lev zero. There's a lot. But when you're trading, let me be, can I be honest with you? I'm going to be frank with you. If I put $500,000 in BNB today, I'll probably move the price for that moment, say about 2 to 3%. Go and measure the order book depth and come back with a number. But that's from experience, trading leverage. That's about what happens. Okay. If I were to take $500,000 and put it in a small cap gem, I would probably double the daily trading volume, which means I won't be able to actually trade there. And that's the difference why we will look at these boring coins sometimes and potentially ignore the exciting new small ones, because they can take $100 and make something big of it. And if you don't sell, then that's going to come right back because it needs to mature. Where these ones have already matured, they've got a lot of oomph. And yeah, there you go. Trading that size makes sense. And okay, let's have a look at DOT real quick. DOT changing momentum, still hidden bullish divergence. We're trying to reclaim that momentum angle. Now, like I said, guys, you can redraw these trend lines until you blue. They signal the significance is basically just to show you that there's momentum. An alternative is you can use a moving average. You can use any of these tools that show you momentum, because that's what moving averages basically does, is it shows you there's momentum. And it's trying to reclaim the momentum. That's all that it's trying to do. And it's doing that with what? Hidden bullish divergence. So another push up, great. If it does, you can see price isn't retracing as the RSI is retracing. So what happens is now you can start preemptively plan for this. If it goes higher now and the RSI falls back, now we're setting up for this again. Do we stay above that resistance level and continue, or do we fall back below it? And then we will know. Then we will know when to act. These are higher time frame areas. I've been saying to you guys, you could wait, you can wait. And you can still wait because it's not giving me anything just yet to say that it's over. But at some stage it will. And then you're going to have to make a decision, take some risk. I saw a comment for Cardano as well. Cardano is still holding. It's holding its bearish momentum. I said to you guys last week, we were looking at it saying, well, it's giving me nothing to be bearish on. I expect price to start going higher. Once it's higher, then it's going to have strong bearish divergence, okay? And then what's the rule? Be bullish at the bottom. Now, this one, I mean, I wish everything prints picture perfect, but be bullish at the bottom, guys. Expect more. You need to learn how to trade with momentum, because we're so conditioned, we're used to this now, that trading in an environment like this, we tend to be scared now, because what if it dumps in that same sequence? How do I get out? But you need to learn to get comfortable for this, because this is bull market trading. You need to buy with momentum. You're never going to buy cheap again. The cheap was here when it was dead and boring and you didn't have any confidence in it. There's confidence in the market, so you're not going to get it cheap. Okay. Let's quickly continue on. I want to touch on SUI real quick. So we looked at SUI 50 cents. I think that's the deal of the century. That's my opinion. SUI is big, guys. I see SUI. I don't have the market cap data, but I see this thing going into the billions as well. And a few $1 billion, a $20 billion project, this price is going to be way more than 60 cents. So SUI will probably very quickly go past this level here, really quickly. And it's launched in the worst time possible. It's not experienced the bull market just yet. It's going through price discovery, and there's uncertainty in the market at the moment. It's fine that it's there. Okay, if we go this on the monthly time frame, let's see what it does. It's not even old enough to have an RSI on the monthly. Okay, so weekly time frame, it's not quite ready to turn yet. So I see a left zero probably going to try and attempt to go to these levels now before it wants to go down. It fell into the previous range. It's above it again. If it falls below $1.37, that still's open. But where it's at now, a little bit of buying could easily start pushing this thing up again. Okay. So badly, Terry. There you go, my friend. Let's quickly have a look at Phantom. So what have we done now? RSI is resetting. Okay. This is the momentum. It's still holding momentum. And I said to you guys, if Phantom breaks through and expect some resistance, Phantom breaks through these levels, and let's make it nice and pink so we can remember it. Look at where it's going to go next. Okay. It's got so much room. Remember, there's not a lot of trading in this area. Ever. So it's either cheap or it's extremely oversold. So this is potentially where it's going to be trading in the near future. And that's what you're buying and holding for. Okay. You're holding for that. Now, daily time frame, what do we have now? We've got an RSI resetting. Okay. There's the first pivot. Look at where price is. You've got hidden bullish divergence. Oh, don't move on me. You've got hidden bullish divergence. So you've got a clear line in the sand where do not cross is written for this thing. Cross there, it's going to be bad. Okay, that's it. Phantom for you. The Phantom's good. Now, if you dive into smaller time frames, yes, you might find bullish and bearish narratives. We're at resistance level, so if we do not reclaim this 30 cents, it's going to be bad. But that's trading and small time frame trading, and that's what we do in the Discord. We can't do this here because I might say something and 4 hours later that's expired. It's not valuable advice, or I can't give advice, not valuable thoughts on what is going to happen, because yeah, I can flip between bullish and bearish in a day and be correct by doing that, but it doesn't help anybody. Okay, so that's why we stick to these higher time frames, to give you a good broad spectrum idea of where it can go, and you can trade with this. So if you want to trade, it's at the resistance level. That's where you need to look for a short, irrespective of the hidden bullish divergence, because this can get challenged. Price can still go down and try and test that wick. Okay, remember that. What are we getting with render? Render has had really big moves, okay? And render has had what? Divergence. And render is far away from the pivot. So the argument is, where render is now, it will potentially still go higher to create another one, a little bit more manageable, to start get it range bound or range trapped. And the rule with render is you're allowed to be bullish. That's not a really good bullish angle of a momentum line, but you're allowed to be bullish up to this line here. Why? Well, simply put, 50% of the candle that makes the higher high, that's your buy. So there's a lot of confluence around that level. Okay. We've seen this happen many times. That is a really good momentum buy strategy. 50% of the candle that makes the higher high, that's the buy. Doesn't mean that it's going to go there the next candle or the next week. It could have done it in that sell-off, not there. But that tells you big buyers are recycling. 50% of the candle that makes the higher high, that's the buy. Okay. Simple price action tips and tricks. 50% of the candle that makes the lower low, that's the sell. Okay. You've got that one. So render, what do we do? Where it's at now, yes, people will be scared. But this is your best thing, because if they're scared and they start taking this and say they've already bought or they're reluctant to buy, the order book is thin. So if it breaks out, it's going to give you good moves. Okay. Still expect more upside for render. That's basically the conclusion. But know that you're allowed to be bullish all the way down there. Okay. Let's see. Smash the likes, folks, from ICH or ish. Please do. It does me a favor. And I have to say, whoa. Let's just say, thanks to you guys. You've been sharing my videos to other friends and people. I've been seeing that in the data. Please continue on doing so. Everybody's saying to me always, you're not getting the views you're supposed to be getting. Remember, the content that we're sharing here isn't trend-worthy content. The content that's here comes with risk management and a lot of seriousness and me and you disagreeing. You know, when you're in a trending content, everybody sings kumbaya in the same boat. We're all going to make money, and it's amazing, and then that trends because people want good news. Simple as that. Yeah, I'm giving you some good news, but I'm saying you be careful. there's stuff that can trip you up. So if you want it to trend, if you want the channel to grow, it's on you. It's not on me. You guys are going to have to share it, and then it should grow. Okay. Something is generally outside the Bollinger Band. I expect a pullback at some time. Yes. And that's a really good comment, and it falls back to what we have now. So let's quickly load a Bollinger Band, and I want to use this because indicators, remember, it's an even playing field when you have something like a Bollinger Band, because everybody has it. Price action, you've only got your mind. So that's your advantage. That's why I trade price action wise. I know it's my edge, it's my advantage. While somebody else is looking at the moving average line, I'm actually looking at the candle and the price. So I tend to react quicker. I get in earlier, and I can get out quicker. But that being said, I don't want to use, I can use this, the crypto EMC indicator that I shared with you guys. It's got a Bollinger Band in it as well. So let's switch off everything. and just have the Bollinger Band there. Okay, so if you look at this from this point of view, let's go say 4 hour should be back in the Bollinger Band. All that is telling you is Bollinger has got 3 moving averages, a middle, a top, and a bottom. And if you understand how the indicator works, the upper end is a moving average looking at the highest prices. And the bottom end is a moving average looking at the lowest prices. Okay. And when there's big candles, the difference start getting bigger. So you'll find that the Bollinger Band bubbles out. Okay. And that tells you that there's going to be volatility and you can start trading that way. Now, when you have small candles like this, the Bollinger Band squeezes. That tells you that at this stage, it's basically coiled up and ready to explode, be it up or down. So the Bollinger Band, and forgive me for oversimplifying the thing in such a sense, but visually, it's a brilliant tool that you can use to look at these things and say, okay, right. If the Bollinger Band just now did this, and its squeezing is getting narrow, 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 expect once it goes narrow again that there will be another big move. Okay, simple as that. That's all that you do. It's a nice momentum indicator. You can see that it's extremely low, and then it starts popping up again. It's because of the trading range that line needs to go down because there's more volatility. The maths basically points it in the opposite direction. So when you use your Bollinger Band, you can be extremely patient. You can say, well, I'm waiting for this type of environment. Give me that environment, and then I can start taking it serious. Squeeze, pinch the thing, and then I'm interested. Pinch the market, then I'm interested. Every time it pinches, you need to be interested. Doesn't necessarily mean you buy at the pinch. You need to use your technical analysis to get it, but that's the gist of the Bollinger Band. Okay, so if you use it, great. Look at it through an oversimplified eye, and then still apply price action. That's my best opinion on it. Apply price action, because we ultimately know what? When there's divergence like this, at some stage, it's going to do what? It's going to come test the pivot. So irrespective of what the Bollinger Band is printing, whether the line is there, and if it falls below that, the next area will be range lows. So now, while everybody's waiting for the Bollinger, which probably will sit there and there, the 2 points, or let's load it again, to catch up, you already know where to start looking for it. So it allows you to drive using the windscreen and not the rear view mirrors, because any moving average based information is like driving using your rear view mirrors. You can see when you're going off the road, but by that time, your nose is already off the road. Well, with the windscreen, you can plan for it a little bit better. Okay, time frame, insane blow off top. So when you have a blow off top like this, guys, all I can say is this. Take it from the bottom, take a fib from the bottom to the top. Normal fib, okay? 786, 618. I don't want to look at it until it's there. Simple as that. This is the simplest, but yet the most powerful solution. You don't want to believe me? Let's go to the next or the previous blow off top. Blow off top, bottom, top. Price always goes there. In this instance, it basically went back to 99%. Because remember, bear market. Let's use that one there. Blow off top. Okay. 786, 618. And that line there, and this is called, and you can use this one with 0.887. And let's make that a nice teal. Okay, 887. Now, another coin that spiked and pumped like that, let's quickly randomly click on something that's maybe done this. Algo. You're going to use that same fib. You're going to do it on the blow off top. There should be something here, and you're going to see exactly the same. There's another blow off top. Okay. Bottom top. 887. Okay. Let's use this one here. I'm going to take that, move it there. This is where fibs become really powerful because they're actually so simple in the design, but they really help you. Once you see a blow off top, something running like that, and then turning around, There's no divergences. There's no nothing to tell you that it's just turning around and dumping. You wait for the 618, 788, and 887. And that's your DCA. Okay, so your CRO, that's your DCA. You're just going to do the following things. You're going to say, maybe I've got $1,000 I want to spend on this. Okay, I'll take 30% there, 20% there, 15% there. And then when it makes a higher high, I'll put the rest in. Simple as that. That's it. Okay. Guys, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. I will post the charts in today's Discord. As a reminder, I mean, Prime is on the bottom. I trade leverage on Prime XBT. So open your own leverage account. Then come trade with me as well. I like it. Now, I've said, at full disclosure, this is the crypto EMC copy trade account. So the trades I take, I also take with this account. It's got a little bit of money in there and an and, so you can see what's happening there. But you can follow my own leverage trades. And I stopped trading leverage purely because I'm losing money, guys. I was on a 99 winning streak, and then this happened. Since we've grown sideways, look at the date, 27th of October, up till now. Now let's quickly look at the charts. 23rd of October, 27th of October. As soon as the market started going into this environment, there's wicks, there's pumps, there's dumps. It doesn't make sense. Trying to figure out these lows, I tried my damnedest. It kicks your ass. So for now, I'm waiting for the trend, and then I'll trade again. Simple as that. And that's why leverage trading is a really good tool, but it's got its place. For now, spot trading is so much easier because you can own something, and these wicks do not impact your position as such. Nobody takes your money away if it dumps. That's the beauty about it. Okay, thanks so much for joining in. Thanks for participating in the comments. And even if you're watching on the recorded versions or the highlighted versions, guys, drop those comments, ask those questions. We're here to take the journey together. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you guys. Remember, as always, to keep hustling. And Livy, I'll read your comment now, and I'll respond on that on the next video. Okay, cheers, guys. Have a lovely. When is the next stream? When is the next stream? Tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time. Yeah, let's see what we're going to chart then. Let's hope everything plays out as I've been trying to put them aside for you guys. But okay, you guys have a lovely day. Cheers. I'll keep hustling. No Peter here, so I have to press all the buttons myself.